Hello, hello, everybody. Just getting ready for our show to kick off here at 6 o'clock, and y'all see my very talented, lovely co host right back there. She over here getting down. It feels like we're in the club over here. We are so excited about the show, y'all. This is how we get pumped up before the show. This is how we get our energy up. We have a little jam session. I'll turn around to see everybody in the studio over there. That's it. So y'all see how we get down here on the Reliable Representation Talk Show. We definitely love to have a great time here on the show. And so we have a very exciting show coming up for you guys this evening. We are going to have none other than the man himself, the man on a mission, Representative Dekeither Stamps is our very special guest tonight. He will be our first politician to visit the show. I'm so excited to have him on with us. He's going to be talking about his bid for Public Service Commissioner District, not District 66, Public Service Commissioner Central District. So we're going to talk to him about his plans for, once elected. We have some other valuable information. So guys, make sure y'all stay locked in. We're going to be kicking off in just a few minutes shortly. Hey, if you're here, please drop in and say something. Hey there, Janitra Robinson, how you doing? Yeah, we're getting started up soon. I'm just on here and showing y'all what happens behind the scenes. Janitra, it's so good to see you. Thank you for all of your support and thank you for tuning in. And we're getting everything logged in here. Let's see here. How is everybody doing? Is everybody having a good day? I think I got you. There you go. We're getting all the cameras and everything set up over here. We're going to have a very good show this evening. I'm so excited about it. This is our second show. First one went very well. So we are only going to get better with time. So we're going to be like fine wine. You always do support Janitra, and I appreciate you so much. Hey there, Timothy Brown. How are you doing? Are you out campaigning for anybody? We are also going to still be talking about a very hot topic, which is our general election that is coming up. That is so important that we all get out and we vote. Timothy, I am doing great. We appreciate you for tuning in. We appreciate your support. We are so excited about this show tonight. And as you see, we all in here dancing, having a good time. What kind of moves you got over there?
Hey.
Miss
You
Bowden.
Hey.
Hey. She taught me a new dance.
Yeah, come on.
I'm going to see what I can do. The same one.
We're going to go to the right.
Okay.
1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, ready, go. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Strike up and then slide. Let's take the and slide. Now please.
Let's do it ourselves. Can we just do the legend slide?
Yeah, come on, let's do it. Oh.
The DJ that killed our music over. See, that's a sign that we need to sit down. Hey there, Twala, how you doing?
We had too much fun up in here.
We have too much fun. The DJ cut up. Uh-oh. The DJ, she give us another song. Hey there, cuz Eddie Smith, how you doing? Hey y'all, we just having a little party before the show gets started, so it's just all fun. We don't have to be serious all the time. That's how we stay pumped up and energized. So look, while you guys are out there, just if there's anything you want to hear us talk about, or shout out anything you want to send when we go live on the air, please go ahead and send it. We are about 2 minutes away from going live on the air, so it's saying a little Wi-Fi signal. Oh, never mind. Wi-Fi is good. Okay, I thought we were having Wi-Fi problems. We don't need any issues. Look, I was getting ready to panic. So I hope everybody's having a good week this week. It is, I would say hump day. It's past hump day.
Yes, it's Friday Eve.
Yeah, Friday Eve. I tell you, it's like time is just flying by. Time is flying by. Once again, we're going to have a special guest. It's going to be none other than the man on a mission, the man himself. That's Representative Dekeither Stamps. He's going to be here to talk about his bid for Public Service Commissioner Central District. We are so excited to have him as our first political guest that's going to be appearing on this show. And it was so important to me that I did not bring any other person on this show as far as a politician before I had the chance to bring Dekeither Stamps on this show. So it is an honor that I'm going to be having him as the first guest, political guest, on this show. And we're going to have an exciting lineup next week. All right, so guys, we are going to be going live in just a minute. So I will see you guys on the other side. So stay tuned in, and we're going to be on the air and live in just one moment for the Reliable Representation Talk Show. See you soon.
Radio is the favorite Nelson show, and I'm going to give it to him over there in Studio B. Let's get it.
Introducing our very own I Love Representative-elect Fabian Nelson, with me, your co-host, Ms. Moni Love Media, and we are on the Reliable Representation Talk Show every Thursday here on WMPR 90.1 FM at 6 p.m. Brought to you by Brook and Crane Media Group LLC. So welcome. Yay!
All right. Good evening, District 66, and good evening to all of our Facebook followers and all of our social media followers. This is your host, Fabian Nelson, Representative-elect for Mississippi House District 66. We have a very exciting show for you guys this evening. We have a very special guest. We have none other than Representative Dekeither Stamps joining us at about 6:20 to kind of talk about his bid for Public Service Commissioner Central District. So make sure you hang around. We're going to have some valuable information. I have my lovely, beautiful co-host over here. Tell her who you are. Give a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I am Miss Moni Love Media. I am the CEO of Brook and Crane Media, and I am so elated to be here again with you. This is our second episode, so I am so happy.
Yes, and the DJ have us all wired up, has us dancing.
Yes, give it up for the DJ.
Give it up for the DJ. And look, if you guys want to call in at any time, send shout outs or anything, the call-in number is 601-948-5950. We definitely want to engage with our audience, answer questions, community announcements, and anything that you want to say. Feel free to call in at any given time. But welcome to our show this evening.
Yes, and we also want to make sure that we are giving a little bit of politics mixed in with a little bit of entertainment. So, I like to call it just you have your rock and roll, but we just have a little bit of politics, a little bit of entertainment. So we want to make sure that every time that you come, you leave with being a little bit more informative. What about that, Fabian?
I love the idea. We're getting people back involved civically and letting people know, hey, let's get it done. Politics can get a little boring, so we try to make it as fun as we possibly can, because what happens in politics controls all of our lives. So it's so important that we be civically involved as possible.
Yeah, so do you want to get into some events that's coming up in Jackson?
All right, let's go for it. There's always some great things happening in Jackson, isn't it?
Yes, well, I just got to ask you. So, what happened this weekend? I mean, I know everybody party every weekend, but what happened this weekend? What did you do?
I slept this weekend. I did absolutely nothing, believe it or not. I just kind of spent some time with the kids, sit them outside, y'all go out and play, have a good time, and I rested. So I got caught up on a lot of much needed rest. This is going to be a very hectic weekend coming up. We have GOTV, which is Get Out the Vote. And so I'm going to be out doing a lot of campaigning for some other candidates, getting people involved, pushing candidates so that we can get things done right here in the state of Mississippi. But before we go into anything, I do want to talk about a community event that's going on right now in District 66. So if you live in Byram, I want you guys to go by Chick-fil-A between 5:30 and 7:30 this evening and support the Terry High School JROTC students. They're having a fundraiser, and what you need to do is download the Chick-fil-A app, make your order between 5:30, 7:30 p.m. because we have to support our children. So please go by there and support our Terry High School JROTC program.
Yes, and of course, we do want to thank Stephen James for being our first guest last week. And tomorrow, he will be giving his Pink Friday, and that is tomorrow, Friday, at the Jackson Convention Complex. Again, it's from the Stephen James Foundation. Of course, that's giving back to the breast cancer awareness. We know how important that is since this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So that will be great. And you can still donate. It's not too late. Any fundraiser, just give back because we never know how that will touch us or someone we love. So that is a great cause. Then we have the BAC, which is the Briarwood Art Center, October the 31st. It was the trunk or treat, 5 p.m., 7 p.m. Of course, you bring your kids out, with the Halloween costumes, get some candy, enjoy some snacks, have fun, clean fun. So that is the Briarwood Art Center at BAC, and that's on Briarwood in Jackson. Of course, on October the 28th, you have Bank Plus, red beans, and barbecue.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yes, you know how much I love barbecue. It's on 800 Mansfield Street at 11 a.m. And on October 31st, you have the Small Business Saturday. It's also at the Briarwood Art Center. It's a free event. We talked about, there's a lot of events out, and maybe I don't have enough money with this economy, but there's a lot of great events out in Jackson. So that is a great event. It's a free, it starts at 5 p.m. Again, we have Mississippi Museums on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The admission is free if visitors are wearing a costume. So that is good too.
So you have a costume on, get the free. Okay.
So we'll stop it right there with the events. I have more to come. Definitely, we want to just encourage everybody to go out and have some safe fun for the Halloween. It's coming up, so make sure you be safe when you go out.
All right, that sounds great. And hey, I have something for you guys. Are you ready to unlock the door to your dream home or cash in on your property investment? Look no further than Arcs Point Realty. At Arcs Point Realty, we're your key to real estate success. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Our team of experienced agents know the real estate market like the back of their hands. We'll find you the perfect place to call home or help you make a smart financial move. You can reach Arcs Point Realty at 769-257-5260 or 601-316-0696. And this is one of my very good friends, Anita Ori, which is the broker owner of this company. So Anita is amazing. I'm going to give you a number again for your real estate needs. It's 601-316-0696.
Okay, and so we do have Dekeither Stamps that he will be coming on. And I think a lot of people don't know about the role that he is going to be running for and who he is running for. So I just wanted to give you some information about, because we're about being informative, right?
Most definitely.
And so the term is always going to be a 4-year term. Currently, he is running for the Public Service Commission. What they do is they regulate telecommunications, electric, gas, water, and sewer utilities. So that is just a general description of what his role will be once he do get elected. So that will be great. Mississippi holds elections for these offices every 4 years in the years preceding a president. So, for example, the last gubernatorial election was in 2019, and the next will occur in 2023. So, of course, a little fun fact, the state's current governor, we won't say his name, the Mississippi legislative, I'm sorry, the Mississippi legislative consists of the House of Representatives and the Senate. Mississippi is one of the 5 states that elects its state officials and odd numbers of years. So that's a lot of times people don't know how many years, different roles are. Like for the governor, does he have a 4 term? The president, how many terms can he be? He has 2 terms that he can be in it. So it's really important that you are aware of these terms so you can actually go out and vote and be sure that the person that you're going to vote for is the right person, because it doesn't matter if that person is Democratic. It doesn't matter if that person is Republican. It matters if they're the person that is going to share your same morals and values and opinions. Do you not agree?
I agree 100%. And so you say Mississippi is one of, is it 5 states that hold elections on off years? And that's very important because most states, they elect all of their state officials and governors on other years. So Mississippi is an off year state. And that's something that's been going on for I don't know how long. But thank you for breaking that down for us as far as Public Service Commissioner, because what I say all the time is we have to make sure we're well informed about the duties and roles of every single elected official. Because what we have happening now is we're having, water problems right here in the city of Jackson. In the rural areas of my district, we're having problems with electricity. And as a representative, we get calls for everything. Representative Nelson, my water needs to be fixed, or my so-and-so needs to be fixed. And so the thing is, we have to elect people that we can actually work with to get these things done. So that's why it's so important for me to go out and push and support other candidates whose platform match my platform, because I need someone that I'm able to work with to better the lives for all of our constituents. And so we're talking a lot about voting. Please go out and vote. Something else I do want to talk about is the mass shooting that occurred in Maine.
Yeah.
Our hearts go out to every single one of these people and families that were affected. I think there were about 18 people killed last I checked, and there were about 13 people, that were wounded. And I was talking to a friend earlier, and I said, you remember how whenever there was a mass shooting, it was breaking news, it was all over the news, it's like the world stopped. Well, it's happening so often now, until when you hear of a mass shooting, it's just like, oh, it was another mass shooting. It's not shocking anymore. And it's sad because this is 18 people or more who've lost their lives. Their families have lost their loved ones. We have to get something done about this. What can we do about it? Sensible gun reform. It's one of the things that we can do about it. But I'm going to tell you one thing that's not talked about enough is mental health. What I will say, and I said this all the time, is that guns do not kill people. Guns in the wrong hands of people is what kills people. We're going to have to up our mental health care. In Mississippi, we're I want to say, listen, 2% of the state budget is allocated towards mental health care. And that is the real problem. With guns, we have to have enhanced background checks. I never want to say anyone cannot own a gun, because I'm a firm believer in our right to bear arms. But there has to be a standard there. There has to be regulations. There are better regulations. There have to be better background checks that are being conducted, and stop just putting guns in the hands of people that are doing this, because it's hitting too close to home. We had a mass shooting in Tennessee. I want to say Memphis earlier this year, or either at the end of last year. It's getting too close to home, and we have to start doing something about it, because I'm tired of having to talk about this and turn the news on and see this and see the families that are hurt by this, because it's them today. It could be us tomorrow.
And that is so true, because, to be honest, like my anxiety goes up just going into a big grocery store, or even now you can go to church, school. It's no place is off limit. And mental illness is plaguing a lot of families, and a lot of people don't know that that's going on. And so I would just say, if you know somebody that is going something, or you personally are going through something, say something. They say that you can call the National Suicide Line, or the anonymous line is just dial 988. And you don't have to worry about being exposed. You don't have to say your name. You can get the help that you need, because hurt people, and that's what I found out. That when people are suffering, especially when, like I said, the economy is the way it is at this moment, people are being laid off. People are suffering because they still the side effects from COVID. They saw death during COVID, and a lot of people, even in our culture, and as Black and in African American or minorities, we don't believe in going to get help and therapy. And I think that that's the number one thing, that we need to stop isolating each other and saying, don't go to therapy because that's something another culture does. No, that is something, if you need the help, you need to go. And they work on those psychologists, and they work on confidential. So if they say something, that is another subject. But I say go get the help, because you can overcome anything with getting the help that you may need. And so thank you so much for bringing that up. And definitely our prayers go out to all the families that were affected by the shooting, the mass shooting in Maine, and just know that he has not been caught. So that's the crazy part about, the fact that he has all these guns and he has not been caught.
We have to do something about it. It hurts me anytime I go to one of my son's school to sign them out or just do anything at the school. Have to go to the door, have to get buzzed in, like I'm going to visit a prison. And don't get me wrong, I understand why it has to be done. I'm grateful that they have the extra set of security, but it hurts me that they have to do that, because I remember growing up, when our parents and grandparents came to see us at school, they're just walking to school and come on into the classroom and see us and spend time with us. So I hate that we've gotten to where we've gotten, and it's it hurts, but it's going to get better.
Well, I'm just interested to hear what you guys' opinion is, listeners. We appreciate you listening in. I know you hear us talking, but I just want to know, what's your opinion about the shootings and mental illness, and any topic that we have discussed today, or anything you want to say. Even if you want to just give a shout out, a birthday shout out, an anniversary shout out, just call in at 601-948-5950. We definitely would love to hear your opinion, or just to say hi. So Fabian, I know that you have been working so well with a lot of politicians, and one thing that I can say, it doesn't matter what race or what religion the politician is. You have been working so well with, and I just want to say kudos to you, because I see you on the pictures, and I see you are who you say you are. And you actually do go out there and you get your hands dirty, and you go out there and you speak to your constituents, and you go out there. So I just want to say thank you so much for being just exactly who you are. And can you speak about, why do you feel like it's important for you to actually step out your comfort zone and go in and, maybe mix and mingle with not just your culture, but every culture?
That's a great question. Before we go into it, I want to say good evening to Miss Edwina Fox from Yazoo City. She just tuned in. So good evening, Miss Fox. But thank you so much for what you just said. And it's important that we get out of our comfort zone, because representing 24,400 people, they don't all look like me. They don't all have the same religious beliefs as me. And so I have a very diverse group of people that I represent, and every single person deserves representation. When it comes to working with people, We're not here alone. We have Democrats, we have Republicans, and we have independents, and we all have to work together. And what I tell my Republican colleagues all of the time, I say, you have your set of beliefs, I have my set of beliefs. But the one principle that we were elected on is, and the one thing we have in common is serving our people and doing what's best and what's right for them. And so when it comes to working with everybody, I'm going to work across the aisle because we have good ideals as Democrats. We have not so good ideals sometimes, same with Republicans. And so that's what we have to do. We have to work across the aisle because if you have one group of people saying, I'm not going to work with Republicans, and we have the Democrats, so I'm not going to work, the Republicans, I'm not going to work with the Democrats, we are not going to get anything done. We have so many issues that we turn into partisan issues that are nonpartisan issues. Healthcare, Democrats and Republicans and independents all get sick the same. They all need insurance. That is a nonpartisan issue. And I just can't say that enough. We have to stop making nonpartisan issues partisan issues when it's hurting the people. At the end of the day, I can't rest at night if I know that something is going on or something is affecting someone in my district. I will stay up. I had, when I was on the campaign trail, I had people in my district that were in the dark or were senior citizens, about 100 homes, and their lights went out and they were out for 2 days. The second, I didn't know about the first day, but one of my ladies, Ms. Eva Hamilton, reached out to me the next day. And she reached out to me. I started working with energy and every single person. I started calling elected officials and elected representatives saying, what is it that you can get done? Because I can't do anything. What can you get done to help my people? I stayed up that whole night until I knew that every person had electricity. I was on the phone with Ms. Hamilton, are your lights back on? Because I could not sleep. I had ice and water, taking it out there to them. In order to serve people, you have to care about people. In order to serve people, you have to be able to walk in their shoes. And when I saw the elderly people in my district, I said, what if that was my mother out there in the hot sun with nobody to help her? And so that's the only way. You have to be able to relate to people. And so often, our politicians aren't relating to the people. They don't care. And that bothers me. That's why I ran for office. It's all about, caring for people. And I internalize things sometimes. That's someone trying to get away from doing. I'm just so heavy sometimes, but, I can't help it. And I know that by the grace of God, He is going to guide me in the right direction and help me with a coping mechanism. But, I love my people in my district. I love the people in Mississippi. I just want to help people and serve people. That's important.
Well, I just say thank you. Like I said, I see you all the time, and I just think, more people, I would like to see more politicians working together, no matter how you grew up, or like I said, your religion, or, what your beliefs are as a culture. I just think that, like you say, we're all one human race, and we have one reason is to serve. That's it.
That's it. We have to get away from that. Oh, your religion isn't the same as mine, so no, you don't deserve equal treatment. Mm-hmm. Your race is the same, so you don't deserve equal treatment. We have to get away from that. You're serving people. You're not getting in people's personal business and their personal lives and what they're doing. You're there to serve them, provide them with the resources that they need, because that's why things are so disconnected, because we get in cliques, and we have to get away from that. That's the only way that we're going to be able to move things forward. Well, unity.
I definitely agree with you. And I just want to say, we both are on Facebook and Instagram. So shout out to Fabian. His Instagram page is lit.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So give them your Facebook and Instagram information.
So my Facebook is Fabian Nelson. My Instagram is, I have no idea.
I know it.
What is it?
It's Southern Gin 39272. Okay. That's it. And it's Fabian Nelson for District 66. That's his Instagram. It's bad with the PR person.
I don't know. I just know how to open it up on my phone. That's the only thing. And I also want to send a shout out to Jade Craig from Oxford, Mississippi. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this evening. And can you give us a drum roll, because we got a special guest coming on. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to work it. All right, if you guys can you please join me in welcoming Representative Dekeither Stamps, the man on a mission, to our show, the soon-to-be Public Service Commissioner for the Central District of Mississippi. How you doing, Representative?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Nelson, Representative-elect Nelson, and the WMPR 90.1 listening family? How y'all doing tonight?
We are doing great. We just here just kind of telling everybody about, what we have going on in the city, kind of told people a little bit about what a public service commissioner does and why it's so important to make sure when you're voting that you vote for every single person that can affect your life.
That's right. That's right. The Public Service Commission plays a vital role in moving our community forward. And I appreciate you for allowing me the opportunity and space to spend some time with you tonight.
Most definitely. And I was telling all of the listeners earlier, I said our first political guest is going to be Representative Dekeither Stamps. I wouldn't let any other politician on this show until you came on the show. So everybody else running for office, y'all can come on the show because the man himself has finally come here.
All right, I appreciate that opportunity.
Most definitely. Hey, you want to tell us a little bit about how things are shaping up, a little bit about what your platform is and why people got to go out there and vote for you.
Well, I really first thanks again for having me to come. Things are going great. Starting off with my platform is we focus on the basics. It's time to get some things right in Mississippi. So that's why we believe that the utility space is not operating the best way it can. It can be better. Mississippi is deserved better, and they pay their water bills, they pay their light bills, they pay their gas bills, and they need the best service possible in order to move our community forward. So the Public Service Commission regulates lights, water, gas, and telecommunications across the whole state of Mississippi. And we're asking people for their prayer, support, and vote for two very specific things. And our message throughout this whole campaign has been the exact same. Vote for us because we have better experience. We're the only candidate on the ballot that has local, state, and federal level experience. We're the only candidate on the ballot that's ever governed a struggling utility. I grew up in this thing right before y'all eyes. Most of you can't even tell me what the President Commissioner has done for his entire life. So we have a better record. Our record at the local level and the state level is much better than his. And our relationships are deeper and broader. So that means that we can honestly stand before you and say that we're the better candidate. And the second thing we've said throughout our campaign is that failure shouldn't get a second chance. This young man may be in his personal life a success, but we believe fundamentally that you are what you deliver back to the citizens. If the citizens have had water failure, 4 years ago we ran for this office and we told them, hey, somebody has to take over the Jackson water system because the system's gonna fail. And when he got elected to office, he just took a tour, looked at things and moved on. The federal government had to come in and take over. That means it's a state failure. Anytime the federal government has to come in and take over something in Mississippi, that means the state failed. And that buck stops at the Public Service Commissioner's office. That's failure number one. Failure number two is we wrote a law that, when I got elected, I wanted to help him be successful. So his office had been underfunded for years. And we fought to get the appropriate funding, even though many Republicans, and I didn't know so many Republicans didn't like him. They didn't want to fund his office. And I said, hey, even though he was successful and I wasn't, I'm going to make sure that he can have the tools he needs to be successful. Because when he fails, Mississippi fails. And so we fought to get his funding for his office. We even fought to give him a raise, even though, again, I didn't know so many people didn't like him. They didn't want to give him a raise. I said, if you're giving the Transportation Commission a raise, it's only right to give the Public Service Commission a raise. And so we did that. And one of the biggest things that we've known for years, because the Public Service Commissioners always come around and talk about robocalls. Well, robocalls may be was part of their jurisdiction, but they had no ability to prosecute those calls. So we wrote another law that took the robocall reporting from the Public Service Commission and gave it to the Attorney General so that the Public Service Commission can, one, focus on their main job, which is water, sewer, electricity, and natural gas and telecommunications, but also to expedite that robocall issue so the AG's office can prosecute. So if we peeled off about 70% of those calls coming to that office were about robocalls. So if we lighten the load of the workflow and the day-to-day operations, funded their office, gave them better purview into the city of Jackson, and then voted to give them a raise, well, we should be winning, right? We should not receive failure from an elected official that we've done so much for. See, the legislature didn't fail Jackson in the last 4 years. There have been some failures before. The Public Service Commission failed. And then they failed the electrical grid when it collapsed. So that's why we say we're the better candidate for the Public Service Commission for the Central District because of our experience. And even though you may have seen some failures around me, you've never seen Dekeither Stamps fail you one time, whether it be in the military, whether it be at the city council, whether it be at the state legislature. Everywhere we go, we got a track record of winning. So on November the 7th, we're asking for your prayers, your support, and your vote for Dekeither Stamps for Public Service Commissioner for the Central District of Mississippi.
That is absolutely, that's some great information, very informative information, and it's all factual information. Representation matters.
Look it up.
You know what? Representation matters, experience matters, relationships matter. And the thing I tell people all the time, if you give some person a job and in 4 years they don't produce, you need to get rid of them and get somebody else, give somebody else a chance. We have to stop electing the same people over and over again that are not doing their jobs the first time, expecting them to do their jobs the second time around.
That's right. That's right.
So we are definitely pushing for you. If anybody wants to get in contact with your campaign or want to make a contribution or anything to support you, can you tell them what they need to do?
Well, I appreciate that. Before we get to that part, let me just say one more thing. I'm proud of you. I heard some good news today, Mr. Nelson. And they told me that you went down to the Central Mississippi Realtor Board and stood up for the rights of a young lady who had got fired for what many believe were racial reasons, but you stood up and stood strong and spoke out, and I think we may get some movement on that issue. So good job today. You had a good report. Sharon Moman was out there, and he said that everything that Fabian Nelson stood up amongst some of the top realtors in the state, fighting for the rights and privileges of some folks who have been mistreated in the workplace. So good job today, Fabian.
Look, I appreciate it. Look, that's what I tell people. That's what it's all about. If you're sitting by silently while people are being wronged, you're just as bad as the people that are wronging these people. And, went in there and told them how I felt about it. And I let them know that we are not backing down. We are going to follow that through because we cannot allow things like that to continue to happen around here.
Well, this job takes two things. It takes discernment and courage. You got to be able to discern truth from lies. You got to be discern good and evil, and you can do that. The next thing you need is courage. Courage to stand up and say something, stand and do something. And that's what I've always used in public service. If anybody wants to support our campaign, you can go to DekeitherStamps.com. You can call me. I got a toll-free number, 1-855-335-3484. And most folks in 90.1 know how to get a hold of me. I ain't that hard to find.
That's it, not at all. Hey, I do have one question from a listener for you. Mr. J. Craig wants to know if you can talk a little bit about the authority that the Public Service Commission has over the water system in Jackson.
Okay. Now, internally, the water system in Jackson is statutorily governed by the City Council of Jackson. Those residents outside the city limits of Jackson, in that Byram area and others who are more than a mile outside the city limits, are governed by the Public Service Commission. And those citizens were the key for the state taking over the system. So that's kind of how that relationship works. And the Public Service Commission could have used those citizens that they govern that are on the Jackson utility grid to in turn push for the state takeover of the system, because the federal government is doing a better job than the city was doing. But we've even had to write laws because of some what we feel is inappropriate practices that the federal government was trying to impose on the city by charging people water bills based on their property value and not their usage. So the federal government piece is not, they're doing a better job than what the city was doing, but it still needs someone with more experience to be at the helm of that, and local connectivity. We shouldn't have to go all the way to Washington, D.C. to adjust a water bill. You know, we should have some local connectivity there. And so that's why we're going to move towards providing stable leadership that the federal government can trust to hand that responsibility back down to the state of Mississippi, and eventually create a system that citizens can be proud of here locally.
You know, I think that is great, and that definitely makes so much sense. Also, Janitra Robinson said that you have her vote. She said you have a phenomenal platform that you just described. So you got some fans over here.
Well, I appreciate Janitra. She's a jewel, and so is everyone else. Don't believe what you see on TV. Anybody can write a commercial and lie. So don't believe what you see on TV. Just know it's a reason why that they're doing that. Because we're the lead dog. We're about to win this thing.
That's it.
Now it's time to do like that old video game called Mortal Kombat. It's time to finish it. We got him on the ropes. It's time to bring it home, baby.
That's it. That's absolutely it. And so that's it. You know, at the end of the game, and I know this from experience, when you get close to election day, you start seeing like Miss Addie Green says, politicking. You see a lot of politics.
It's politicking. Now, ain't no way in the world somebody who let my lights go out for 2 weeks gonna come right behind and tell me that they the best. I received the worst. And then they got on TV talking about they got more experience. I mean, he ain't been in office for 3 years, and the only experience he got is the failure he's delivered.
Yes, you know what? That's absolutely right. But what I will say is, you told me something, and it's always stuck with me when I first started running for office. You said we have an informed, educated electorate, and that is so true. The people know. The people see through all of this mess and garbage, and so they already know who the man is for the job. And we support you, we endorse you, and we're gonna do every single thing we can to get you across this finish line on November the 7th.
Well, I appreciate you. God bless, and keep up the good work, and wish you well.
All right. If you need anything, let me know. But we will be talking very soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a good evening. Thank you for tuning in.
You too.
That was a really great in-depth conversation with Representative Dekeither Stamps. So we want to say thank you so much. Let's give it up for Dekeither Stamps for joining us today on our second episode. Of course, we want you to go out there and vote November the 7th. Make your vote count. Every vote counts. And we want to, again, say thank you to Dekeither. Wasn't that a great conversation?
It was a great conversation. And another thing that I do want to add is that as people running for office, come on the show. Just because they appear on the show doesn't mean that they are endorsed, by me. But what I will say is that Dekeither Stamps is endorsed by me. He has my full endorsement, my full support, because he is the man for the job. So I am endorsing him, and I want all of the listeners to go out there and vote for Dekeither Stamps, the man on a mission. He is a great guy. He's been in leadership and politics over 10 years now, I want to say. He's performed every single job that he's held. He's in touch with his citizens. And that's what's important. We have to have people that care about people. I can call on Representative Stamps for anything, and he's always there to answer. When I was out campaigning, if I called and had a question for him, he was able to help me and give me some guidance. And the thing that I respect about him is when in my race, there were 3 of us. And he told all of us, I am not supporting or backing anybody. But if you need questions, advice, I will give it to you. He remained neutral. And that was important, that he remained neutral. That shows of his integrity. Because you have so many times people who get behind one person and give another person an unfair advantage. But he told all of us, if you want this seat, you're going to have to earn it. If you want this seat, you're going to have to work hard for it. And we have a caller on the line.
Okay.
All right, Miss Moni.
All right. So caller, who?
Yes. Thank you for taking my call.
Okay.
I'm Addie Green running for your state treasurer. I'm running in the 82 counties to make a difference with our federal program in the state of Mississippi. You know, we have federal and state money. And so on November the 7th, from 7 to 7, I'm asking you to please go to the polls or meet me at the polls and cast your vote for Addie B. Green. Now, I tell you that if you can't walk to the polls, I tell you to wobble to the polls. Get you some energy and wobble to the polls. But you know, as we met today at Hopna, my opponent, I guess he thinks that he has the treasure in the state of Mississippi wrapped up in his finger, or he got something under the table that he doesn't want anyone to know, because he did not show up. He's not showing up to ask the voters to vote for him. I want to know what's going on. That he is now having our state money, and he can't show up at no meetings asking the citizens to vote for him. So with that being said, reach out to him and see what he working with. We don't know what he's working with now.
That's right, and he needs to earn the votes.
Excuse me?
I said he needs to earn the votes. You're out there working hard. He needs to work hard like you.
Votes.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been out here on this campaign trail, and I have not seen him nowhere trying to campaign for that seat. We're talking about our money. That money is signed off by the state treasurer. That name go on that state treasurer's check. I want to make sure that the citizen know that he's not showing up and asking for that vote. Thank you so much for taking my call, Mr. Nelson.
Thank you so much, Ms. Green. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And we're going to wobble to the polls.
Thank you much.
All right, Ms. Green.
Anyone else? Call in number is 601-948-5950.
All right. And I do have another event. This is something that's happening in District 66, Miss Moni. So what we are having, if you live in District 66, we are having a Halloween home decorating contest. So if you send me pictures of your home, you could be entered in our contest to win a $100 gift card. And so if you can, my email address is Fabian Nelson, Fabian Nelson, Nelson, the number 4, house, house 66 @gmail.com. Or you can connect with me on Facebook, Fabian Nelson. Send those pictures over. The contest ends on October 30th, and you get a $100 gift card. How cool is that?
Ooh, that is wonderful. Just in time for Christmas, too.
I know, that's it.
Yes, that is exciting.
Yes.
Well, we got a lot of events still to come up, and I just want to just go over a little bit more about what's coming up in Jackson. An evening with Jay Howe, November the 10th. That's on a Friday at the Highway, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., 5100 I-55 North Frontage Road. And also the McDonald's Inspiration Celebration Gospel. They're going to be at November the 11th at the Jackson Convention Center. I'm sorry, Jackson Convention Complex. And so, of course, you can get tickets on eventbrite.com. And of course, like he mentioned, make sure that you go in for the Halloween home decorating contest, because I mean, that's gonna be exciting.
Yes, so I'm gonna tell you now, Miss Moni, you do not live in District 66, so do not send me pictures.
Sorry. Sorry. Lo siento.
But you know, we're doing this because we just want to really bring our community together.
All right, well, we have a caller on the line. Hi, we have a caller on the line.
Hi caller, how you doing?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Hi. How you doing today? Hi, caller. How you doing today?
Caller, can you hear us?
Directions are now being sent to your vehicle.
All right, caller, are you still our caller?
Is 22 months and 22.
Caller, you can call back. It's 601-948-5950. And when you call in, just turn your phone on mute. Thank you.
And I'm going to repeat the email again. I just got a message. So the email is Fabian Nelson, the number 4, house, HOUSE 66 at gmail.com. Or you can send them to me on Facebook at Fabian Nelson. So come on and get that $100 gift card.
Yes, and I have a friend, Vanessa, that has an event that's coming this weekend. So she wants to call in. She's been trying to call in, so it seems like she's having problems. But definitely, Vanessa, keep trying. It's 601-948-5950. I think they had a little technical difficulties earlier, but we should be good to go now. Thank you.
And of course, I have to send a shout out to my 4 young men that are at home listening to their dad on the air. So hello, Elmer, Pedro, Octavius, and Caden. I hope you guys are doing your homework. I hope y'all are multitasking, doing your homework and listening to the radio show. When I get home, it's not going to be any homework done.
Not at all. Because now you just stirred up some trouble because you talked about this home decorating contest. So I can see that they already done Google some ideas because your house gonna be it's gonna be turned into the spooky house.
It sure is. But they are ready to decorate for Christmas.
Really?
Octavius wanted to start decorating for Christmas in like March.
Wow.
He said, Dad, I have a good idea. I said, what is it, son? I think we should start decorating for Christmas early. I said, I tell you, it's not even cold. I said, no. And so we always start put our Christmas decoration up after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
But what I'm thinking about doing is if everybody's on good behavior, I may let them put it up early in November. So maybe or a little earlier this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me try one more time. Let me see if she can. It's 601-948-5950. We do have plenty of time. We're here to 6 to 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. So please just call us, birthday shout out, anniversary shout out. But I do want to talk a little bit about social media because I know social media has played a lot in the last 10 years, especially with politics. Before, back in the day, we didn't really have to worry about going on there doing commercials on Facebook and ads on Facebook and Instagram. We didn't have to do TikTok and all of that. But I just want to know your opinion. What do you think is the importance of having a social media presence as opposed to some people or some candidates say, I don't really need to be on social media?
All right. So, okay, we have a caller coming in. All
we'll
right.
jump back in.
We'll jump back in a minute.
All right, caller.
Name?
Hi, you on here?
Yes, I wanted to know if you would be the gentleman, Mr. Nelson, could explain to the listening audience the role that he's running for. What kind of role does that play for the citizens? Can you explain that on air for us?
Yes, ma'am. I would be more than happy to explain it. And thank you so much for calling in. I think that's so important that we keep people informed and let people know, what these offices entail. And so I am running for the Mississippi House of Representatives. And what we do at the House of Representatives is we enact legislation. So we go and we create bills which hopefully can become laws that are going to benefit our constituents. Now, not only do the bills that we vote into law affect our citizens, it affects everybody in the state of Mississippi. Another thing, we lost our caller. Caller, please call back if you can, but I'll still continue to answer your question. And so We pass laws to make Mississippi better for our citizens. We also deal with appropriations, and so we deal with the state budget. So as money is budgeted, we make sure that this money is allocated back to the municipalities, back to the counties, and back to all of the state agencies. So we're making sure that everybody in Mississippi, our state agencies, municipalities, and counties have the money necessary to operate, within their budget. And so that's pretty much the role of the legislator. Now, as a legislator, we have to work with several other elected officials. We work with mayors, we work with board of aldermen, we work with supervisors. Every single person that's elected in Mississippi, we work with them to get things done for our citizens. So being a legislator is a very, very important job that commonly gets overlooked. A lot of people think the legislators don't really do much, but in actuality, we do a lot of different things to make sure that we keep government flowing on the local, county, and state level. Call if you have any other questions. Please feel free to give us a call back, 601-948-5950. All right, so we're going to get on back to our social media conversation.
Yes, that was an interesting, that's a great question, that she did provide. But I have Vanessa on real quick that I want everyone to talk about her event. So Vanessa, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you all doing this evening? Great show.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa. How you doing?
Hey, baby.
Well,
How are you?
I'm doing great. I just love that energy.
Yes. I love y'all show. It's amazing.
Thank
Keep going.
Good. Thank you so much for joining our second show, Vanessa. And I know you're in a lot of organizations here in Jackson. I know you got an event coming up. So tell us a little bit about what's coming up.
Okay, well, we have the event that's coming up is the Breast Cancer Walk, and we're going to honor people in the industry, the beauty and barber industry, because I've been a stylist for 27 years. And I realized that a lot of people don't understand the impact that we have in the community. We are major stakeholders in the community. Everybody from all walks of life sitting out here and give us everything. Do you hear me? More than just their hair needs to be done. And so a lot of times when walks take place, we're unable to attend them because they usually do these walks on Saturdays. Everybody knows that those on Saturdays, that is a big day in the beauty and barber industry for barbers and stylists because that's our money day. So in April, I usually get together with a group of partners and we have this major health fair for barbers and stylists and nail techs and whomever in the industry to come out and to just come out and be seen about and from a health perspective. But this walk is one of the one that really touched my heart with knowing so many people that have actually dealt with, battled, and won and lost to breast cancer, okay? So with the walk taking place on Saturday, we have a walk that's going to take place Monday, October the 30th, right there in Clinton on that trail from Home Depot to Walmart, okay? That's Monday, October the 30th, from Home Depot to Walmart in Clinton. That's from Walmart, that's to Home Depot. And we have a bunch of cheerleaders that's going to be out there, just people just cheering us on, saying, go, go, go. And we got door prizes. We're going to honor people in the industry that have actually battled breast cancer. And they fought this thing and won. So thank God for that. But we want to let people know that maybe have not heard, come out and be a part of this celebration. Come out. So we're one, New Horizon Church, School Creation and Installation, and the Doggone Food Truck. Check this out. This is what they win. So with the group that has the most people that show up, the Audi Doggone Food Truck is going to pull up and serve. Guess what? Going to serve their client base and their staff that works in the salon, up to 40 to 50 people. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great.
Can you send me a flyer over so I can get this posted on social media so that everybody will know?
I sure will. I will definitely get that flyer sent over to you. I sure will. And if you all know someone, once you get the flyer, just kind of share. We're just asking people to like, tag, and share We have T-shirts. We have, I mean, it's just amazing. It is really going well. We have people calling in, just sending messages back saying, what time are we going to be there? We're asking everybody to be there for 11 o'clock Monday, this coming Monday.
October 30th.
At 11:15, October the 30th. Right here in Clinton, we're going to start the walk at Home Depot. From the Home Depot, the trail starts at Home Depot, and we're going to walk from Home Depot all the way to Walmart and Clinton, because it's a walking trail along that Hempstead Boulevard. The name of the street is Hempstead Boulevard. And then we're going to when we get to Walmart, there'll be water stations there. We're going to have pink lemonade. We're going to turn around and we're going to come back to Home Depot. And the cheering squad is going to cheer us on, and we're going to have us a great time.
Well, thank you so much for Vanessa that is a very important cause, and definitely we're going to get the flyer to Fabian so he can post it on his picture, his page, and I'm going to post it also on my page, and that's again October the 30th.
October the 30th.
All right.
At 11, we're asking everybody to be there at 11 o'clock. That's Hempstead Boulevard, Clinton, Mississippi. And if you just get to Home Depot in Clinton, we'll direct you the rest of the way. We have guides there.
And also, congratulations to you and Tony for all of your endeavors that you have done here in the state of Mississippi and your business, I Be Doggone Food Truck, because that food is I Be Doggone.
We appreciate that.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, Vanessa.
All right, you're welcome. Y'all have a blessed day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. And look, I want to send a special shout out to Evangelist Lisa Lawson. That is my really good friend. That's my prayer warrior. She's always out there praying for me and everybody else in Hinds County and everywhere. So thank you, Evangelist Lawson, for tuning in. It means a lot to have you on this journey, with us. And y'all got the dates and everything for that event. I do want to say something, and that's as it relates to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As we know, it's 1 month, October, that we dedicate to breast cancer awareness. We turn the city pink, we turn the country, everything, we turn it pink. But let us not forget about breast cancer awareness throughout the year. We have to continue this journey. We have to continue this fight and stay in it. So please, we're going to continue to support this cause. This is such a great cause. So it's a little bittersweet that it's coming to an end, but we're going to keep it going most definitely.
Well, we also want to say thank you so much to WMPR 90.1 for allowing us to share this beautiful 1 hour with you every Thursday. And thank you, Fabian, for giving me the opportunity to be your co-host on Reliable Representation Talk Show.
And thank you for being my amazing co-host. You got to tell y'all a quick story. I'm getting like my daddy. The older I get, the more I like to tell these little stories, and so I'm aging. But Crystal, Monique, Miss Moni, she got me out of my shell. When I was first running for office, I sat down and talked to her, and we met at 4th Avenue. And she was telling me, she asked me, "Do you do Facebook Live?" I said, "Oh, And she had her phone out. "Come on, you gonna go live? We going live. We sitting in the restaurant." I'm like, "No, we're not gonna be." I just think about the people that are always on this speakerphone in public. I said, "We're not going to be like those people." And so she pulled her phone out and we went live. And when she broke the ice that time, I couldn't stay away from going live. So I'm here because of you, because I probably never would have done this. This is always something I wanted to do, but I was always shy. And once you burst the bubble, hey, I just became a social butterfly on social media and everywhere else.
Exactly.
And so I appreciate you for that. And like you said, appreciate WMPR, our amazing DJ. Handing out with us tonight, but she is holding it down for us, got us dancing, having a great time.
Well, we're going to sign off. The last is to Fabian. Sign us off. And I see y'all next Thursday, Fabian.
All right. Well, you know what? I want to thank all of our guests for tuning in. I want to thank Representative Dekeither Stamps for joining us to share his platform. I want to encourage everybody to get out there and vote on November 7th. We're going to have a very special lineup next week. We're going to bring some political candidates in to kind of talk about their platform on next week. And so I want to ask you to tune in again. It's just been amazing sharing this hour. Thank you for letting us into your homes, into your vehicles with you. We hope to see you again and on next Thursday. And until then, love yourself, love your friends, love your neighbors, love your community, and most importantly, love your representative, Fabian Nelson, for House District 66. Have a great evening, everybody. It's been fun. All right.
You did that. Tune in on
That's
next Thursday. Yes, for the Fabian Nelson Show. Yes, got a beautiful co-host.